Welcome to Triple L Lag Libations and Lost Saves, volume number 5. Don't hold me to that because time flies when you're having fun. And we got a great lineup for you tonight. We got a full jam-packed news segment with our friend Steve and RC, Rajay Gaming. They're going to be talking about State of Play, the PlayStation news segment that came out. What was it, last Thursday or last Wednesday or something like that? I get my camera. My camera's not even ready. And then we're gonna have a full round table with Art Eddie as our moderator. Fan dads are gonna be there during our news, fellas. We're gonna wrap it all up with the wrap. And I'll be able to give my comments on what's going on, and then we'll send y'all on your way to see y'all next month. But for now, it's time to get it started, y'all.
What's going on, Rod?
What's going on, Greg, with the banger for the news.
I know. Always
get you hyped.
Oh, get pumped up for it. How you been, my friend?
Good. How you been doing?
Good. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Especially with some news.
Oh yeah, big month too. Big month.
I know. Hey, well, let's kick right into it real quick. So, jumping right in, we've got PlayStation State of Play, which Daddy Porter hit it on the head last Thursday. We got to see what Sony has in store for us in the near future. The presentation started off strong with the Resident Evil 4 remake, so I know a lot of people are excited. They're keeping that going as for the series and the remakes right now, which was a perfect segue right into their showcase of the upcoming titles for the PSVR 2, which did include Resident Evil 8 Village, which that was just terrifying enough just in itself. So let alone now that you're going to have, my giant, apparently new fetish for extremely tall 9-foot women. We also
Everybody's got a mountain to climb.
I know. Strap my boots up for that one. We also got a look at The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners Chapter 2. One that took me off guard. I wasn't ready. I wasn't expecting for it. No Man's Sky VR.
Mm-hmm.
Also got a look at Horizon VR, Call of the Mountain. So I did not expect to see another Horizon installment with the last, with Forbidden West coming out so recently, but it's there and it's still making me want to get a VR system one way. I don't know about PSVR, but
yeah, I was gonna say the VR 2 though. After watching the State of Play and seeing some of the stuff, and I went online and I was like, wait a minute, VR 2 is not even available right now. So
yeah,
right, you can only get the VR. The VR 2 it's like all the stuff for PS5, and it's like, well, some people still can't get the PS5. Congrats. Right. Daddy Porter just got his. Welcome to the club on that one.
Yes, he did.
But a lot of people are still struggling to pick those up. And then you advertise it for the VR 2, which isn't out there either. It's just like,
right.
Why do you keep doing this to us, Sony? Why you keep just throwing the carrot out there? We're chasing it. And it's like, oh, we don't have anything for you. See if you
want
after
this?
The carrot.
You want this? Yeah, fuck you. You wait. It's like, son of a bitch, not again. How many times can you break my fucking heart, Sony?
Right.
Many.
Just like that girl back in 9th grade. But yeah.
Yeah, I know. God damn it, Bethany. Bitch. Another remake that's coming our way is Spider-Man PS4, or I guess you can call it Spider-Man PC, now that it's coming out for PC. So I know, at least from the things that I've seen recently, this seems to be one of Sony's first big step into now offering stuff for PC. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I haven't really paid too much attention, but at least seeing that.
It's like, oh, excuse me, Microsoft. Was that your toe I stepped on? My bad.
Yeah.
Am I in the wrong lane again? I don't know
Exactly.
what's happening over here. Yeah.
It's like the meme with the Undertaker just standing in the background, just waiting for you. It's like,
Right.
coming for you.
Then you get caught. You're like, oh, I did not know I couldn't do that.
Yeah. No. Oh, fuck, where'd you come from?
I must have got lost again.
Right after that, one I'm excited for, actually, personally, is Stray. So you got a little more, because they've had some clips here and there, and we're actually going to be a cat detective roaming across the futuristic cyber cityscape, solving problems and being a cat. So someone's bound to pet you, and then hopefully you get the option to scratch the shit out of it, because again, you're a cat. So why not?
Yeah, I wasn't sure to pick up. I mean, I'm not a cat person. I'm allergic to cats. Like, that's the one animal I really am allergic to. So it's like, I used to have a cat back in college when I wasn't kind of allergic to it. I don't know where the allergy came from, but I don't know, to walk around and be a cat like the whole time. I mean, are you a cat person? Do you kind of?
I mean, I like
of
cats. I had a cat like as a kid in my teenage years, and I'll be totally okay if that's the last cat that I ever owned in my life. But there's just something about kind of like more like open world-ish, kind of like mystery solving, which is already up my alley. But it's just something I don't know, a little bit different. And I think it's only supposed to be like $28. So I mean, rather than having to pay $70 for a new title.
Yeah, but I was like, if I was a cat, I'd like to be a panther or a lion or a tiger, just a regular house cat. Like,
maybe a puma.
Maybe, right? Maybe a cheetah. I'll run some people. Like, where's the same Bolt? Let's race now. Let's race the same. Let's see what you got.
Bitch. Swipe your food. Always getting those gazelles. After that, we got to look at a survivor horror game called the Callisto Protocol. That seems a little interesting, and I'm always up for a good scare. Then we also got to see Roller Drome, or basically Tony Hawk's Pro Shooter, just on roller skates. A fighter dating simulator, Eternites. That's not really up my alley, but I'm sure there's a market for it. To each their own, whatever makes you happy. But
well, something's got to fill farmersonly.com. I mean, you don't see those ads anymore, so something's got to take up the time.
I was always a fan of J-Date myself.
You mean there's no Ellie Mae? I swore there'd be an Ellie Mae here.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Christian Mingle. Let's do it. After that, we did see Capcom making another appearance with a brand new Street Fighter 6. I didn't even know what that was at the very, very beginning. They are just showing it looks like a new fighting game. And then all of a sudden, Chun-Li comes out of nowhere. I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah. When I saw it, it was like, RU had the beard. So like, oh, we're going to age some stuff up. All right. A lot of people were upset that I saw in comments, though, that he had a beard in there. Like,
really? The game's been out for fucking ever. Let him get old.
Yeah. I was like, why are you going to put a beard on him, man? Why are you going to put a beard on him? Because maybe he likes craft beer. That's why we put a beard on him.
I like craft beer, axe throwing, and Hadoukens. God damn it! But I will say that's one that I will definitely give a look at, because I'm always a fan of a good Street Fighter game, and kicking it up with some of the graphics like that, it's like, all right, we can be on board there.
Yeah, and for us, there's a nostalgia factor of taking it back as well.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing that just kind of gets a charge right off the bat, like going back to the arcade days. So yeah.
Yeah, going back to going to Pizza Hut to pick something up from my Book It Club, and playing a little NBA Jam arcade in Street Fighter 2 Turbo arcade.
I'm telling you, man, bring back NBA Jam on the PS5. Oh, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy.
If we keep pushing, are you listening? Let's do it.
Let's do it. Like Jerry Maguire, who's coming with me? We need one person. Who's coming with me? We can make this game. We can make this game happen. And I'm taking the goldfish.
Then we got a take a look at an interactive adventure game called Tunic, a narrative-based game called Season. I think it had like another subtitle after that. But I'm always curious about the narrative games. It doesn't all have to be super action. If you can tell a good story, then hell yeah, let's do it. And then finally wrapping up, and I believe, was it last month or the month before where I was talking about it, we finally got another look at Final Fantasy 16. Now, with that, we're really going to have to wait and see on, where this really falls. But for the fact they were bringing back like some of the summons and hitting some of the big ones, I know I'm like, oh, that looks like Shiva. And then are we going to see Ifrit? And then he just pops up at the end. So at least for that, I'm like, okay, you got my attention.
Yeah. I think the ones for me that actually drove out were Callisto and Resident Evil 4, which in our private chat we had. I know Greg said that kind of scared the shit out of him, but
yeah,
I love the horror. Put the horror game in, turn the lights off, put the headphones on, and you become immersed in these worlds. And that looked really good.
Yeah,
I may not sleep for a couple nights, but it looks really good.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's a little bit of your own piss, but it makes you feel alive. I know, at least for like some of the guys on the podcast, like they're really like Harry is just waiting for another Resident Evil Outbreak. He wants that remade so bad that I think he's talked about it past couple recordings and just even when we're not recording. So hey, if this keeps going, Harry, you might get your wish.
Might just happen.
Might
just happen.
Just happen. Fingers crossed for it. All right. Next on our docket, Diablo Immortal. So Blizzard, who's no stranger to negativity and stirring the shit pot, recently under fire once again, less than a week after releasing Diablo Immortal, which is basically a mobile game with some promises possibly for PC down the line. So while some players are saying there's good parts of the game, many others aren't too happy with the push of the microtransactions and in-game purchases. A gambling simulator with a Diablo skin, said one review. And it's a little critical there, but still, I mean, from what I've been hearing, it doesn't seem to be too far off, especially for the fact that there's so much of it in the game between, the in-game purchases, loot boxes, that it won't be released in Belgium or the Netherlands because they just have a complete model against that kind of stuff.
Interesting. I'm like, who are these people? Have you not played Fortnite or Warzone or PUBG or these other games where you buy in-game purchases? So why is Blizzard getting slammed for something everybody else has been doing? Right. Even if you're not buying in-game, you got stuff like NBA 2K and like Grand Theft Auto and all these other where you buy coins house. Yeah, it's always I mean, hey, that's capitalism. That's how capitalism works, people.
You got money? Yeah, we want that. We just want to get it really easy. You want this immediate gratification of something? Cool. $2.99 or a recurring $10.99.
Yeah. And here's the other part of capitalism. You don't got the money for it? Well, just have to work a little bit harder in the game. You have to give yourself bootstraps, people. Bootstraps.
Yeah. Maybe stop getting your Starbucks and avocado toast and start buying some goddamn loot boxes.
Yeah. Life lessons right here. Life lessons.
So the director Wyatt Chang said in Diablo Immortal, there's no way to acquire or rank up gear using money in response to the criticisms. But there's these gems that are dropped by loot boxes that are needed for additional leveling and even for like the post-game characters. So that being said, there were some online sleuths that crunched some numbers, and to fully upgrade a post-game character, like the entire run for all the gear, all the equipment, the amount you have to spend just based on your chances for these drops, they came to a figure around $110,000 worth of real fucking money to put into something. Now, granted, that's if like, hey, I just started the game. Let me just buy all the good shit right off the back and not, have to grind for it like we had to do for so many fucking years on pretty much every other Diablo. Either that or learn to dupe before they started killing that. But yeah, that's a hefty chunk of change.
It definitely is. It definitely is. But it's the world we're in right now. Loot boxes are popular in these video games. Like you don't have to get them, but if you want to get everything that comes with it, you may have to throw some dollars out there. I mean, I'm sure he's trying to make money because wherever he's. I mean, is he from China, the guy that made it, or
I don't believe
American?
so. I believe that's I believe it is from like from one of their offices out in California or what.
Okay, I was like, it was China because China got there. They were like, oh, we're taking part of that loot too because they got loot boxes when they're people. But if he's here, that's just him being a capitalist.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I still want my money. You're going to give me my money. Where's my money? Where's my money? Break your fucking kneecaps in the dark.
But these are part of some of the gaming systems now, and that's what it's going to be. And I bet the parents are upset maybe because their kids are probably wanted it and everything like that, and then like parents are the ones whose credit cards are probably being used. But it's like, hey, it's the cost of your kids. What are you gonna do?
Exactly. Make sure to take your credit card off of little Billy's app so he's not buying $500 worth of like Robux or whatever the fuck these kids are.
Yeah, maybe Uncle Joe would give you more of a tax credit.
Yeah. So while the community comment reviews have been pretty tough on the game, it did score a 79 from Metacritic, just the site itself. But the users have it. When I first wrote the story and put it down, it was a 0.6. Ooh. And then just today I saw it's actually down to a 0.5 user score of it.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a little rough out there, but I mean, hey, you're going to get the feedback from the people, but I'm sure even with all this bullshit, they're still pulling a good dime. I mean, let's be real.
Well, people are going to get it because of the name anyway. So
yeah, exactly.
It's kind of funny though with the loot box because you are seeing more of the games go with the free base version and then throw the loot boxes into it. So if they're making them buy the game and then putting loot boxes in, they might have a little bit of a gripe there. But
yeah, I haven't checked. It might be a free to play. I'm not sure if it's something. Yeah. It might be one of those. Which then that's the whole basis of the model. But it's just like people like getting pissed off. It's like they're just after the money. No shit. Who would have fucking imagined a company that wants to make money? No.
To rephrase a line from Joe Dirt, maybe someday UNICEF will get into the video game business, but until then, you got to pay me.
Yep. That's a big old tank of poopy.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, this was one that I got kind of excited to hear about. E3.
Ooh.
So, Entertainment Software Association, or ESA's CEO and president, Stan Pierre-Louis, announced that they're planning on bringing back the iconic E3 convention in 2023 with both an in-person and digital presence.
Oh.
Now, we haven't had an in-person since 2019, since there was something that happened in 2020. I don't know I don't remember.
I remember people being sick or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something big. Was it gout? A bad case of gout? Maybe.
I think leprosy broke out.
Yeah, exactly. But there was they did have an online only event back in 2021. Now, with some companies controlling and distributing their own versions of digital showcases, some wonder who would still want to step up and participate. Here comes Microsoft. So Microsoft still did participate in last year's digital event, and one would expect that they'll be in for the resurgence of the in-person demos and experience. So nice. Even along with them, this is going to open the doors for other studios, publishers, indie developers looking to show off their stuff. Not to mention all the cosplay after they open to the public anyway.
Yeah, I mean, E3 was always a big thing, although I've never made it to one of them. It was always big, especially for the independent distributors, because that's where they got their attention and their ideas out there. So hopefully it gives them some success to bring some good new things to the video game area.
Yeah, because, I mean, it was at E3. That's where the developers of Animal Crossing found a publisher to get them out there. Undertale, it was just a small indie game, and someone came through and was like, this would be awesome. Let's give it a shot. And, that's where we get a lot of our smaller games, but a lot of the classic ones that come out of that too. So, I mean, how could you not be excited?
Right?
Yeah, same. I've never attended, but that would always be something where it's just like that would be quite an experience. I've been to like some smaller, like pretty smaller conventions, so something on that scale would just be fucking insane.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm a little older now, so I wouldn't go unless I had to borrow somebody's kid. Maybe Greg will loan me one of his kids, so I can take them out there.
There you go. At least with that, it's like, oh, sir, you here, Baz? No, I brought the kid. It's for him, totally, not me. Can I get a shirt? I like that. No, I have no shame. I'll go for myself. Fuck that.
Yeah. It's like, dude, make it a 2X. He likes to have them big and baggy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So are you saying that because you're a man titties? No, don't call me. Oh yeah, you have man titties.
That's my superhero name.
Man titties? Oh man, I love it. All right. Rumor mill is buzzing. So word on the street is that Hideo Kojima, the brain behind Metal Gear Solid series and Death Stranding, will be releasing a new horror game in the near future, possibly called Overdose.
Ooh.
Kojima has hinted repeatedly, referring to new projects, considering some smaller, possibly episodic games, after recently announcing that he scrapped a major project. And I forget what game he was working on a few years ago that just had a complete falling out. So not too much has actually been said yet, but there was a leak from Tom Henderson from Try Hard Games about early footage of a game in development that showed a character wandering through dark corridors with a flashlight in third person. The video ending with a jump scare, followed by a screen text saying Hideo Kojima game and Overdose. So maybe that just might be like one of the like code names possibly, but his name's on it. So, you know, there's still no official confirmation has been made just yet, which is pretty par for the course for Kojima and leaving his fans, including myself, in some anticipation. But at least something that interesting I did read is that the guy who leaked it, Tom Henderson, actually received a message from Kojima Studios asking him to please take down the published review, as they weren't really too happy about it at the time. So that might be a little bit of an insight there.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. He does some good work. Although I'm just going to say we got a little problem in the States with overdose and people overdosing. Yeah. So you might get a little bit of mail coming back coming out.
So that's a good possibility. You never know. Yeah. What if we just called the name opiates? It's like, don't do that.
People playing the game like, that looks like Beckley, West Virginia.
As you take control of your main character, Angel Dust.
Mm-hmm. I think I've been to that 7-Eleven before.
People must be really sick. They sell a lot of cough medicine and Sudafed in there.
Yeah. Only in the States can an overdose, can an over-the-counter drug have to have an actual ID for now when it's over-the-counter. But that's
capitalism. It all comes back around to money. God damn it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll all be trading bottle caps soon, so enjoy it while you can. I like that. Junkie, the simulator, always chasing the dragon just right in front. You gonna get me this time? Whoop, you were so close.
I'm waiting for that guy in the corner. I got some gas for you. What you need?
Gallon bags. Oh God!
You need some of that super. You get that super on you.
All right, now it's just getting too real. I'm scared. So yeah, I mean that's going to wrap it up for the news this month. So I believe we got ourselves a roundtable coming up.
Yeah, boy.
Look around.
What up, everybody? Art Eddie here from Art of Fatherhood. I'm going to be spearheading the roundtable. We're talking about a bunch of great different topics. It's going to be like a potpourri for tonight's show. So let's bring on some of the good guys on this panel. We're going to get their thoughts and just on the different topics. Let's bring in Victor and Gil from Fan Dads. What's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
What's going on?
Good. What's up, everyone?
Gil, love your hat game. Every time you bring it, man. I'm a Red Sox fan, so I feel you on that. Victor, looking very studious with the glasses. I appreciate you rocking those.
I can't read the comments without them. It's sad.
Let's just bring up everybody on, too, because I want to make sure we get all the conversation going as well. We got Rod. What's up, sir?
Oh, I'm back. I'm as happy as Charles Barkley in the Geico commercial. I made the
cut. Pick me. And of course, we got the host with the most, of course, bringing the news live and direct to us, Steve. What's going on, sir?
Not too much. Always a pleasure, gentlemen. Good to see you all again.
Yeah, appreciate you headlining with the great news. Not only do I have fun rocking a show with you guys, but I actually learn a lot more than just streaming the interwebs. You bring it all to us. So that's one of the main reasons why people should check out the show. But we're going to be kind of like going around to different places about video games and different topics. But games you guys are looking forward to. And also besides that, I felt like for me, I was like when I was starting to have disposable income and pre-ordering games, I'm like, I'll just wait till the game comes out, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I want to pre-order stuff for all the different, downloadable content and all that other stuff. And now I'm kind of back to the place where I'm like, I'm just going to wait. So besides talking about the games you guys are looking forward to, also, too, I want to know, are there certain places you pre-order and why? So anybody want to start? Go right ahead.
I'll say. Okay, go Gil.
Nobody. Okay. So no, I same thing. I used to want to pre-order, right? Especially if there's like some statue or some download or some, skin or something. But now it seems like with the lack of time that I have and the what's on Game Pass, is it going to be on Game Pass? I tend to wait to get the actual, like when the game comes out. And a lot of times I'm indecisive, so I miss the pre-order anyway. And then if I want the game, I'll just pay for it and download it digitally.
Cool. Who's up next?
Well, I say for me, I don't think I've ever pre-ordered. I've always been one to just wait. I've never been big into the whole if I pre-order, then I got to wait 30, 60 days for the damn thing to show up. So I don't want to put myself through that. I mean, worst thing I did on the PlayStation was waiting for the days for it to actually arrive. So I don't usually pre-order. I mean, I just take my chances. And nowadays I just do digital for the most stuff. So
cool. Now, for that too, did you? Ron, I'm just questioning. Did you ever order a game, forgot that you pre-ordered it, and then bought somewhere else? And you have 2 copies. How the hell this happened?
I've never done that with the game, so I've been lucky along those lines. But I've just I just go out and get it. When it's online, I just go ahead and try to get it there and get it downloaded. My biggest thing is do I download the regular version or do I get the deluxe edition or do I get the premiere? Because they all try to give you different things, and just like the loot boxes, they try to work you up. It's like capitalism at work. I'm like, give me the standard, I'll grind, and I'll get it done. I'm from the old school, when the game cut off and you had to start all over again. That's where I'm from, so I'm gonna grind it out.
Steve just loves the word capitalism because he gets dollars time, man.
I feel like Vince McMahon should be walking down every time. I got the money.
just quickly too, I think nowadays, there was the regular version of deluxe. Now there's the premiere and legendary and all these different statuses. I feel too, if you wait a little bit, you play the game, and then after a while, the deluxe will come down to let's say instead of $10, actually be $5 or $4, right? Do you guys see that trend, or is that just me?
No, it's definitely expanding out a little bit more, and I feel like they're starting to make these super ultra mega bundles for certain games, specifically for the diehard fans, because they know some of these people are going to pay $300 for a package of something. I know at least I don't really pre-order much anymore unless there's going to be some bonus stuff that isn't going to be available unless you don't. And I really have to like the game to be full into it. I did pre-order Horizon Forbidden West only because I was a huge fan of it. And you got some extra skins, bonus weapon or two. And to be completely honest, if I would have been able to get it in enough time, I probably would have got like I think it was like the $150 to $200 box set, because it came with like a full Lego, like tall neck, like actual physical things. And that was the only reason I used to pre-order back in the day was, all right, well, I want to get on the list to get it. And usually you're getting like some extra shit out of it and just get that instant self-gratification where it's like, oh, look what I got. And then my buddy, Bobby over here, oh, you don't have that. Well, you fucking suck because I got it. And then it's like half it was bragging rights. And that was, who fucking cares in the long run? But I did, and Bobby sucked. So what do you expect?
Yeah.
Because I used to work at GameStop. I remember we'd always like push the people to pre-order like the extra bundles, because we only would get in how many were pre-ordered. So if only like 2 people ordered like the Premier Edition, that's all we would get. And we'd always get like that one person come in. It's like, oh, let me get the Premier Edition. It's like, well, we don't have any. There's 2 behind you. I'm like, yeah, those were pre-ordered though.
Yeah,
that's why you should have pre-ordered. But nowadays, like it's like, I think the only game that I kind of wished I would have done like the major bundle was like the Evil Dead game that just came out, because they had like so many cool things in it, and then I didn't find out about it till later, and I was like, oh man. But yeah, I'd rather get like a physical copy if it has something cool that I could like display, or like the extra skins, or even like like with like Madden and FIFA, they always will give you like the extra packs, like card packs. I'll definitely jump on those because those always cost money later. But like you were saying, Art. Like look at Mortal Kombat, like when it comes out, as it's coming out, all these characters, and then like later down the line, it's like the Ultimate Edition with everything for like $20. Where you can spend like $50 buying everything individually, and then you just get that one game for like $20, and it has everything you need.
You're at Walmart, and all of a sudden, the classic, it's like Mortal Kombat Ultimate is now classic. You're like, what the hell? It's $19.99. I paid $60.
I paid $60 plus another $40 for the season pass, and another $20 for these characters, and $20. Yeah.
I think also too. I think most of us were collectors in some form of whatever we collect, right? Sneakers, like geek stuff, whatever the case may be. Sneakers is like create the bots and then they'll flip the shoes and all that other stuff. I'm not guessing it's a lot for video games and pre-orders, but I have seen, especially you mentioned Mortal Kombat. There was this beautiful like scorpion statue for one of like the games. I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend $100, $120 for that statue. People buy the game and then they'll probably just sell the statue for like $200. You see people like just buy like they're making a profit off that off that, right? Like, that's the thing that kind of ticks me off. Oh!
That couldn't have worked any more perfect.
That wasn't planned at all.
That was not planned at all. That's fantastic.
Get over here.
It's funny because I actually got that through my kid's school fundraiser. Like I think one of the parents works for NetherRealm.
Right, yeah.
And then they put it in the fundraiser. Like no one was bidding on it. It's that one, and then like an animated looking scorpion. And like I think I got them for like $30.
Friendship?
Yeah.
Nice. That's fantastic. All right, so kind of going along with if you're pre-ordering a game, obviously you're going to want to play it, and you're also thinking about replayability, right? And sometimes you get a game and like this is not something you want. You're like, all right, maybe I'll just get in for store credit or give it to like a friend, and then you go back to like a good old like your favorite games, right? What are maybe Rob, will start with you. What is a good game in terms of replaying it, and how many times have you revisited the game? Are you more of a person that wants to revisit it because you love playing it, or you're like, you know what, I haven't beat this game, I want to try and get it, or is it a mixture of both?
I think it's kind of a mixture of both. The game I play the most is pretty much Warzone because it's always playing multiplayer against people. But occasionally I'll go back and like I never finished The Last of Us, and it's a fun game to play. But I go back into it and I can't get past. I'm going back to Warzone, or not come back. Let me go back and play this again. So there's some like I was thinking the other day, like Alien Isolation. I want to get back into that one. That's really a cool storyline, but I never finished it, and it's got good playability to it, and you get in and you play it, but it's just so many games that you end up having. It's like, where do I put my time or my effort in? And we got a crew that plays a Warzone, so we're always like playing that for the most part. But now I'm big in like playing FIFA. FIFA's pretty big, and a lot of people like playing that. It's a for some reason, I got a digital version and it always crashes like every few times. Like, how are you crashing when you're digital? Like, you're not a disc in the drive. You shouldn't be crashing. I look online and people were complaining about the crash, and I was like, no wonder you guys gave it for free last month on the PlayStation Store. So, but I think playability is a big part of the whole factor. And for me, buying like some of the one-player games, that's why I don't buy as many of them, because I'm like, what do I do when I finish the storyline? So it's kind of like I don't get a lot of one-player games that I'll buy in the store, but if they pop up on the PlayStation Plus, then I'll go in and grab them off of there. Like, I'm looking forward to Monday's the big day for the PlayStation systems and the updates they're doing, right? So you have the PlayStation Essentials and then the next level and then whatever that top level all get done. And like on that middle level, they're giving you Spider-Man Morales, they're giving you Spider-Man, and they're giving you a couple other games, like 4 games off the bat that make it worth it in itself. Plus you're getting like hundreds of other games. So it's like, I don't have to go out and buy those now. I can just do that and play those. So I'm looking forward to that.
Steve, what about you, man? What's like your game of choice, like going back to?
So it's pretty much like those open worlds. Like, at least I know, at least with the State of Play, they did announce for Forbidden West is going to get a new game plus, so you can start with your end game gear and go back through on a higher difficulty. And I like that as like a challenging adventure part of the game, so that at least we're, if I didn't necessarily explore one area and now I can go back and do it, although usually I wander as far around as I can. But I actually just beat my first playthrough of Trek to Yomi, which is, like a side-scrolling black and white samurai game. And I loved it. And there's different endings. So at least that's given me the want to play through again. And so it's like, I want to find out for myself. I'm not just going to go on YouTube, see what the other ones are. Not to mention, that game actually opened up a brand new difficulty where it's like, here's normal, here's hard, here's like really hard, here's one-hit kill for both you and all the enemies except for the bosses. So it's pretty much, you have one shot to get it done or you're fucked, but at least it's not totally biased against you. So I'm about like an hour into that, and I'm sure I'll be decimated swearing at the TV, but the frustration is something that pushes it too, because it's one of those like, fuck, all right, do it again. And then I'll die 50 times to make it 30 seconds further, only to die another 50 times. So yeah, glutton for punishment.
Nice. Gil, what about you, man?
So I guess I get like FOMO, right? Once I beat a game, I'm done with it usually. I mean, there's exceptions like Spider-Man, or like sometimes we have different endings, but usually there's just so much stuff coming out that while I'm playing a game, I'm already thinking like of the next game I want to play. So for me, for like replayability, I usually have to go back to like the classics, like your Zeldas, like 8-bit kind of, again, Tecmo Bowl, things like that. Earthbound's like one of my favorite games. I'll go back to that a lot. But yeah, like as far as like more current stuff, I don't know. I just kind of, when I get through it, it's on to the next one.
Thank you. Next. Awesome.
Jay-Z down there.
What about you, man?
Usually for me, like it's always the sports games. Oops, hold on. Sorry, someone doesn't want to take a bath right now. It's usually like,
like who does?
Yeah. But it's like usually like the sports games, because as I know, I could always like just jump in and then jump back out, and it's like I don't have to remember where I was last. But right now, like I've been going through like since I'm not on the PS4, PS5 level yet. I'm still PS3. So I was going through my titles, and like Saboteur is a game that I remember I never finished. And I think I was like 98% or something. So I'm like, I got to go back and replay that one. That game was a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, those are like the main two games, or the main game. Like anything sports is like something that I always replay a lot.
Nice. Yeah. One of the games I always go back to is Batman Arkham Asylum. I can always
good
play
one.
that game.
Good one.
It's just did I get all the Riddler's clues? Did I? And like, I gotta go check it again, right? And even like, I think I let my friend borrow the game for the Xbox 360. I was looking everywhere for it. I'm like, all right, I really want to play this game again. So I ordered it on Amazon for the PS4 to play for my PS5. Eat that logic, right? And it was like, again, like $15 on Amazon. I'm like, yeah, sure. And it came with both like the first two games. I was like, all right, sweet. Because the other one just sucked. Like when you were like the one with the car, like you're doing like missions with the car. I was like, miss me with that crap. But like the first 2 games, they were pretty good. And then just like the game that I'm looking forward to, I haven't done anything in terms of like huge pre-orders, is Hogwarts Legacy. That for the PS5, I'm really looking forward to that. My kids are like stoked about that too. Next question: is there a console that like you're so pissed off that to this day you're still beating yourself up that you traded it in for the next model? Because we've all been there. We've all been there, right?
I've got one for that one was Dreamcast. I was thinking about that before.
Yes.
So
Yep.
years ago, and it was probably about what's this 2022? It's about 10 years ago or so. I had it, and I was like back in the time I was doing a lot of stuff on eBay and all kinds of put stuff up there, and I ended up selling my Dreamcast to a guy in Canada. And I used to have like the different games for, but like Crazy Taxi Driver and some of the games with the old NFL 2K, where we didn't have to all go EA Sports. And it was just like. Then it's like a couple years later, it's like, oh man, I wish I still had that around. I'm seeing some people post stuff online. Oh, I missed that game. I missed that. I wish I. Oh man, it's like, yeah. So I kind of wish I wouldn't have sold that one to what I did, and then when I got rid of the Sega Genesis back in the day, just because of the memories with it. So yeah.
The Dreamcast is a tough one because they make those like small little 8-bit or 16-bit, small versions of the Sega Genesis you can play, right? Mm-hmm. I think if someone's listening out there and they like redo like a smaller version of Dreamcast, holy shit, everybody's gonna be buying that.
Yeah, I think so.
Go whoever wants to go next. Steve, go ahead, man.
I think the only one that I really actually miss just having in my physical possession is my Super Nintendo, because I had a shit ton of games for it as well. And I just remember, I think I must have been like 12 or 13, and my my stepmom was like putting on a yard sale. So I'm like, oh, let me try to sell my Super Nintendo so I can like put money towards PlayStation games, because I just got one for Christmas or something. And now I know, you can get like the emulators and everything else, but it's just not quite the same.
Right.
I still have my Nintendo, like original NES. I still have like, my Sega. I have an Atari in the basement somewhere. But it's like that Super Nintendo, it's just like that was my buddy. It's put in like my Maximum Carnage like red cartridge like inside of it. Yeah. But I'll tell you, it was like a group of like really blue collar guys that came by and got super fucking stoked about finding a box of this. And it's like, at least I know they're going to enjoy it. It went to a nice home, but still my heart breaks a little bit inside just knowing that I'm not going to have another one. I know it, but that's all right.
All of a sudden I'm seeing Steve and instead of like the Chucky version, but it was the My Buddy commercial. It's like my buddy, like, just like hanging out with it, like swinging together at a park, sharing a milkshake together at a malt shop. I love it. Kill. That's what you miss the most.
So it's got to be the Dreamcast too. And I will, quick story. When I go to my parents' house, somewhere in the corner, like on the stairs, the back stairs, there's a bunch of junk. Taunting me is the box for one of the little, like, remember the things you used to put in the controller? That little, like, it was like almost its own game. The memory, I guess, you put
memory,
the box, the empty boxes. They're just reminding me of how I used to have that. But yeah, it's a Dreamcast, and I will throw another one out there, the 3DO. I love the 3DO. It was just, I love playing. Speaking of FIFA, like FIFA was the game that I played the hell out of on that. But the 3DO was cool. The way that, you remember how you like, if you had to play multiplayer, one controller had to go into another controller. I don't know if you guys had it. It was really, you remember that? That was so weird, but I don't know. But then like the guy could be like, on the other side of the room playing, because it's like 3 controllers away or whatever. But yeah, 3DO was a cool system though.
Could you imagine kids today like, oh, we're like old men yelling at clouds, but like the idea of like, hey, if you all wanted to play together in the same room, you had to have like this electrical like circuit breaker of a thing like plug in, and it's like, all right.
Does it still work? Put your tongue on it to make sure there's a charge.
Victor, what about you, man?
I'm gonna go with Steve with my Super Nintendo. And it kind of like the same thing with him. I didn't sell it at a yard sale. I took it to. It wasn't like Funkoland or GameStop. It was like some other like little corner spot where they bought games, and it was like I miss it because I never did all the endings to Chrono Trigger, and that's a game that I'm like, man, I wish I still had that to play that game. But I remember I took it in and I gave it to them in like 5 games, and I ended up getting like $30. I was like, really, you know. But it was like before I knew like what I had. I was like, here you go, I'm gonna get some money back, and he was like $30. I'm like, okay.
And then you ended up doing the same thing to other poor innocent people.
Yeah. Karma got back to me when I worked at GameStop.
It's that word of capitalism.
But capitalism.
It was some blue collar guys too, so it might have been the same guys that bought it off of Steve.
Do you see like like those memes where it's like, oh, I can't wait for my my oldest child when they get a job to see the taxes taken out. Forget that. Your real slice of like how life works and like how capitalism works is like you going into like a GameStop like, oh, I'm gonna get like $100 because I spent like this is so valuable, these games and the console, $15. What? Like, yeah, good luck, man.
Once.
That's a kick in the balls for you. You're like, what just happened?
You got more Stratocaster Guitar Hero guitar. Fuck.
Yeah. And our last question here for the roundtable, and I think maybe I'll go to Victor for you because you kind of mentioned like a game you wanted to play again, missing the Super Nintendo. What game series do you hope they come out with, like with another game? Like there are certain things. I know Rod mentioned Predator. I love the Predator versus Aliens game where you could play all three different versions.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Predator or Alien, and it was great. That concept was just freaking amazing, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So that just kind of like that's one game. I know we've talked about this many times, like NBA Jam or Tecmo Bowl, whatever, or NFL Street, whatever. But I would love to see, and I know there's a bunch of Star Wars games coming out and all this other stuff, but I would love to see like maybe a Bad Batch game or something that's along those lines where you're updating maybe like Republic Commando, but with the Bad Batch, and you go on different missions or something like that. For me, I was a Star Wars geek, would like it. But Victor, go ahead, man. What like series would you love to see another iteration of a game?
Man, I don't know if it's a series, but I mean, I would love to see like an updated version of Elevator Action. Elevator Action or Burger Time. I know they do. I know.
Burger Time.
I know. Right. I know Xbox did like an updated Burger Time, but it was just like it wasn't the same. And like those are two games that I just loved playing. Like every time I go to arcade, I always try to see if they have them. And I would sit there and play them. But like console games, there was a game, I don't know if any of you remember this, and then I posted this on Twitter a couple days ago, but there was a game for the PlayStation 1 called Poi Poi. And the whole object of the game, it was like one of the first games where you could use like the multi-tap so everyone, 4 people could play at the same time. And the only object of the game was to pick somebody up and then throw them out of the ring. And then so like it was like the funnest game because like we would play for hours and that's all you would have to do. Just pick somebody up, and while you have them in the air, they're like, shaking and trying to kick, and you just throw them. And that was it. And the person that was left standing was the winner. And I would like to see like an updated version of that, maybe with higher graphics or something.
Yeah. When you get into PS4 land, there's a game called Gang Beasts, and it's basically that where it's like a little bit of like a battle royale. You're just trying to pick people up and either like throw them off like the side of like this like circular bridge or something, or throw them off like a little elevator. But it's basically meat grinder. Put them up and like you throw them up at the right time, and like a giant metal slab comes and just like crushes them. But it's pretty much something like that. But being that it's like PS4, I think it's like up to 16 people in like a match. Oh, it's nuts. It's nuts.
Nice. I look for that when I upgrade.
Yeah, exactly.
Gil, what about you, man? What's like another game?
So Half-Life, of course, right? We wish that ever got another installation of that. But I was thinking like Jade Empire, right? That's kind of like the Knights of the Old Republic kind of coming out, right? If I'm not mistaken, that's what it was called. We could go like evil or good, and I don't know. That's a game I've always liked, and I like. That'd be cool if they made another one.
Nice.
That or Night Trap.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Nice. Steve?
I never followed up because I only had like a short run with my Xbox 360. But if there was another like prototype game, that was one that I thought was freaking awesome. Just for the fact it's like you're basically like I see one or two confused faces. Like you're you mutate and you have all these different abilities. So one might be where it's just like you have like this giant freaking what looks like an energy sword from Halo, or
It must look like Carnage too, right?
Basically, yeah. Which you want to throw another one out there? Yeah, Maximum Carnage. I'll take a total another remake of another spot. Oh fuck yeah. Okay, yeah. I just got excited. Changing it all a bit. So I want the Super Nintendo kind of area of Spider-Man Maximum Carnage, but with the graphics and gameplay of Spider-Man PS4.
Nice.
I want a game baby. Let's make it happen.
Nice. And we'll finish off with Rod. I'm guessing NCAA college football or basketball, something, right?
Well, sports guy, right? So NCAA, anything, baseball, the basketball, the football, any of them would be nice to have back. But we already talked about like NBA Jam, of course. Thinking back now, it's kind of like I was always a big fan of Spy Hunter playing, and I would think of something if you could take like the Gran Turismo type graphics and put it into a Spy Hunter type game, that would be pretty cool. And in a day of battle royales that we see with all these different systems, you should bring back to 007.
Yes,
you should have a 007 battle royale
GoldenEye
game. Yeah,
I think that's a matter of time. That's a matter of time.
We're on the clock. It's like the draft. We're on the clock. We need to get this done.
Golden Gun, Rockets Only, no Odd Job.
Yeah, right.
To have like a 007 game in the worlds and the environment they can do now with the graphics and stuff would be freaking awesome.
Or like you could do like a team up, right? Like if you're Sean Connery, you get to bring those villains and heroes into your side of the mix. And if someone else is like Daniel Craig's version, or
you go.
Like Pierce
if you have a
Brosnan,
different
you can bring it's like Anchorman, like the scenes where they're fighting each other in the back alley, but it's like Daniel Craig's world of 007 versus Pierce Brosnan, right? I would love that.
I'm Brock. A VR game too.
Nobody's taking Timothy Dalton on that one.
Awesome. Well, thanks guys for joining this this month's roundtable. Of course, we got Rob, we got Steve, we got the fan dads, Gil, and Victor, of course, aren't here. But we're gonna throw it back to Greg. He's gonna kind of wrap it up. But always make sure you check us out here every month. We love chatting about games. Keep on just interacting with us. Let us know what games you guys are into, and we always appreciate the love. Let's send it over to Greg.
Oh, since I didn't make the cut for the round table, I got mine ready.
Yes, go. Nice.
What about, I want an updated, all graphic out, new look on Paperboy. That was my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Paperboy. I did think
but no one reads papers anymore, Greg.
Yeah. That's to be social media boy.
It'll be that favorite.
Right.
Throwing smartphones and Kindles at people's fucking faces.
Right. And of course we can add, unfortunately, drive-by shootings and shit like that too. To the whole mix to make it more like a GTA type style Paperboy. I also
instead of Paperboy, maybe it's like a FedEx guy or UPS guy dropping off packages, right?
Amazon Prime drivers.
Amazon Prime people, and they're getting all pissed off. And
here's your plasma TV.
Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Other Amazon vans or trucks or anything make that weird it's like a crow dying when it backs up. Did you guys hear that at all?
It's like, the fuck is happening?
I think you gotta get a loot crate to get that sound.
Right. And then also,
the first time I heard it, I'm like, what the hell's happening?
Yeah.
We also have Karens too that could chase you down.
Oh,
and
God.
the houses that don't have the ring on them, you gotta beware if you drop off a package, someone a white dude in a hoodie might steal it.
Right. You have again.
It's always those damn CPI commercials are like, oh look, put down that package. I see you. It's like, okay.
Horse pirates again. Arr.
Yeah.
Y'all feel me for sure.
Pirates.
That's the expansion pack. Porch Pirate.
Look at this. Someone's gonna cop our idea, and then we're gonna have to sue those motherfuckers.
Yep.
Hey, everything is copy, mark, and trademark, courtesy of Triple L.
Patent
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all come to us. We can help y'all do this one. Develop this one. What about an updated version of Donkey Kong?
I
It's
thought
so-
about that too. That'd be kind of something
It's
interesting.
so simple, but yet I think our graphics today and just the brains that are in our video game system could really like take that to another level. Because
He could be
my
throwing
boys
crap
off
at
the
beer
Panda
barrels.
Yeah. Hey, put the Pliny down. Put the Pliny down. Don't you throw that.
Coffee and Panda see Donkey Kong and they're like, what? You know what I mean? They don't
Don't even
feel
know.
it. They don't feel
Don't
it.
even know.
And
Well, it's,
lastly is Gyromite. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, I have that for the Nintendo. That's sitting in the drawer up front there. That was
Yes.
fucking awesome.
Yes, and
Well done, man.
and you have to wait for the damn robot. Come on, motherfucker!
Yeah, that's,
I gotta go.
well, it's funny you mentioned Donkey Kong because last month on Warzone it was Godzilla and King Kong on the island,
Yeah.
and King Kong would throw these huge boulders at you, so you had to get out the way. So you could easily make a Donkey Kong where he's throwing barrels at people.
Ooh, get out the way.
Right, right.
Fucking
Right.
Luna again?
All right, fellas. So, this is the wrap. So, Steve and Rod, you shouldn't have anything to say. Y'all mugs are on this damn thing from.
I do have a couple of things to say though. I got a couple of
Get it.
things.
Get it.
Well, I got the simulcast running on the other channel, right? So
Okay.
we have a few comments that came in there, and people didn't maybe see the top. I have the pin for them to bring comments over here because we want you to comment over the Lags channel so we can see the comments. But my buddy EB's on there has said cheers. He said they should do another Kingdoms of Amalur. He's a big fan of that game. Kingdom of Amalur? I may have said it wrong, but it's like a what is it? Like a kind of like King's Quest, not King's Quest, but Fantasy Quest type game or whatever. What's the one that you were saying, Steve? The Final Fantasy. I think it's kind of like one of those and so that's a pretty popular game there too. So, and then were you messing with me over there, Victor? Because I have Fan Dad's comments over there. So cracking up. But thanks for the people that watched on the simulcast because
Excellent. Yep.
we want you to definitely join us over here for the comments, but we just want to get more exposure.
Yep.
And the only thing I really have for the wrap is Monday night, because I know you're going to ask us what we got coming, right, on our channels.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what the rap's about.
Monday night, me and my buddy EB Reacts, we're going to be actually laying down at 8 o'clock Eastern the rundown of all the games on the PlayStation, not the Essentials, but the Next Level Up version. So we're going to be going through all the different games because we have the video of all the games being released. Yeah. Monday's the first day of all the different levels released on PlayStation. And I think the middle one's going to be kind of the more common one because you're going to get like Spider-Man and Miles Morales, Valhalla, Assassin's Creed, and a bunch of other stuff. So we're going to be showing all the video of all the games you're going to be getting there.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
That
so that'd be
sounds
8 o'clock Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern.
Cool. What's going on over at Fan Dads, Victor?
Depends, like, no, I think we have.
Victor came prepared for the rap.
No,
Cut him off. What do you got?
This is like
go Celtics. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Victor thought it was gonna be a rap battle, so he had his lines prepared.
Had my hoodie on. No, this is 11.7, so I'm like feeling a little bit of it.
Oh, it's over now.
Let's do that again. What is that? Oh, the untitled art.
11.7.
Black, what is it? Black what? Chocolate or double chocolate?
Double chocolate fudgy brown stout.
That sounds good.
Ooh, this is 11.7 too. We're having 11.7 night.
Oh,
wow, you guys are bringing the heat.
Yeah. Oh, this is the second one, by the way. So I'm on
That explains it.
He's on the 26.4 then.
I get chills from Waldo's. I love that.
Oh, I did think of a game real quick that I would like to. They should remake too. Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Oh, fuck yes. All
It
day.
takes place on a plane.
We need to go boxing there. On a plane.
Richard's cut.
Sick and tired of these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
Right.
Gotta get
He's
it.
still
Pay
around,
for
too.
TV.
And then you smoke a joint. You smoke a joint after.
Yeah, he's still around, Mike. Let's go.
He's going.
He probably use some income too, you know? Come on.
I mean,
Mike's
great
doing good
idea.
for himself
I
now.
don't care how drunk. I don't care how drunk I am. I ain't messing with Mike Tyson. I'm just
Instead
saying.
of a star, it'd be weed now.
You name the kid that was bothering him like Little Mac. You see him like training, like running up and down the aisle, like dodging the food cart so we can like prep up as he starts going up against other people before he hits Mike.
There's like a turbulence level, so as the baggages are coming down, he's got to like dodge.
Right, we're gonna
bags in the bin for strength training.
Then Mike Tyson just fucking comes out of the cockpit. Who the fuck came up with I had the seatbelt turned on?
We're gonna have to do something with King Hippo though. That shit got a little bit too easy at some point. But Art, what's going on with the Art of Fatherhood?
Thank you for asking. This week's podcast is Antoine Jameson. He used to play for UNC and also in basketball. Now he's a scout for the Washington Wizards. Drops a lot of cool pairing knowledge. Next week, Michael Shore, the guy who created The Good Place, all that stuff, and The Office. He's going to be on. We talk about a bunch of different things as well. So subscribe, rate, review Art of Fatherhood podcast wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, you dropped the one with our friend Pat Quinn today, right?
Yes, sir. Yep, Patrick Quinn gives some great parenting hacks to not just dads who are guys who are going to become dads, but also to like being a 5 a.m. ninja in the morning, like getting up and having you time before everybody else gets up. That's a good hack right there.
Yeah, Steve's gonna have to do this soon-ish, or well, maybe. But anyway, Steve, what's going on with the Super Fun Game Review podcast? Go.
Yeah, maybe next year for fatherhood. We'll see how that goes. At least for Super Fun Game Review podcast, go. This Sunday we're releasing our review of Celeste, which is just an awesome platformer. I know all the guys had a lot of fun with it. It was kind of a little hidden gem I didn't even know about. But spoiler alert, I fucking loved it. We're still going through with some of our retrospective series where we're taking a look at the old consoles, and then eventually I think we're talking about where we're just going to do a retrospective on all the consoles itself. So yeah, that's still going, and we have some really fun titles coming up over the next few months, and trying to work on some other side projects to be discussed at a later point once we start getting that going.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Excellent, y'all. Any final comments?
Road Rash. Road Rash remake, please.
Road Rash with the Gran Turismo mechanics. Oh my god, that would be off the chain.
Yeah.
Rod, I would like to see. I didn't say this. I would like to see a Gran Turismo review from you, PS5. I'm on the fence for that one. It's like $80 or something, or $70. So I'm like, Slothy and Pansy will tell you, man, I'm the budget guy. If it's over $20 for a game, it's just hard for me to do that.
You got a PS5 now, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
I am, but right. I'm not fucked. They are, because they need to spend their money at this fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
And you buy the first games that the PS5 came out, because right now they're $20 on the Walmart shelf, man. Target Walmart shelf. You can get
okay. All right. I'm not cheap, but y'all know me, man. I'll go and spend like $150 on beer and then try to cheap out on my kids. So sorry.
Okay, but here's another thing too. Not that we're endorsed or sponsored by Target, but if you have you don't have to get a credit card, but just get an account with your phone number. I got the Switch Sports for free because of the money I spent, and I looked at my thing online. I'm like, sweet, I got $50 or something on credit. I just ordered that. I'm like, brought it home. I was a rock star for my kids. I'm like, here you go, and it didn't cost me anything.
Nice.
All right, look at that tip.
Nice. Did I see Victor had his hand up? Were you?
Oh yeah. We got a giveaway coming up for the Smurfs DVD.
Nice. So
if anyone's interested, it's a new series that came out. I think I got to put up my review of The Boys season 3. I've been watching those episodes. I put up a whole review of the whole season without spoilers, but now I'm gonna break down the episodes.
Right.
And real quick, jump on the Ed's thing or Art's thing. Excuse me. It's the 11.7 is hitting me. If you get a chance, I know I reached out to Art about this, but the Will Wheaton interview that he did, check it out. Really? I mean, it is phenomenal. Get some tissues because you're gonna be crying.
You interviewed Will Wheaton?
That's pretty awesome.
No shit. Will Wheaton. Yeah. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Will Wheaton, Anton Jameson. You got a lot of shit going on there.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. I'm telling y'all.
And you got the samurai
Oh,
coming up.
guys.
And
Thanks,
got,
Victor. I appreciate it, man.
no, and you got. I'm excited about the samurai article or post with Mike Singletary.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate
You
it.
doing Mike Singletary now too?
Yeah.
What the hell? Good job, man. Good job.
God damn, that's so awesome, man.
Art of
Yeah.
Fatherhood
Good for you.
podcast. Check it out, man.
Yeah. He's like, yeah,
Right.
he's like, yeah, you know, Mike's come swinging
Yeah.
by. We're gonna talk a
Right.
little bit. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Exactly. Like, I'm with you guys once a month. Can you at least check out my shit?
Right. Exactly.
Here's the thing, though. I showed Mike Singletary. I had a 45. I still have it of the Super Bowl Shuffle. He was impressed.
and one of the best things, one of the fun things, in my opinion, and one of the great things about being Art's friend is that like he doesn't name drop. Like I almost have to like
I kind of
poke
did
him.
this.
Well, I mean, you gotta promote, man. There's
Now,
nothing wrong
but,
with
like,
that.
But like I always have to poke him and be like, Art, talk about your shit, dude. Like you're doing amazing shit. Talk about it, motherfucker. So
listen to Art's podcast, and they'll be like, "Oh, take us out, Bill," and Bill Clinton will be on the saxophone or something.
I've been waiting a long time to hear you say that, Art, but here you go, just for you.
right. Don't
Wow.
put it past Art. That'll be his next to be like, y'all next week be like, I got Bill Clinton motherfuckers now. What? Right.
Who's got the cigars? Monica, you still? Oh shit, not again.
You can edit that out, right, on?
Yeah.
All right, fellas. I want to thank you for another great stream. As you see on the bottom, y'all, next flag Libations in Las Vegas is Wednesday, July 13th at 9 p.m. And I actually got the outro right this time, y'all. I think. Tell me.
Nice.